Hi, this is Ashley Swartz, CEO and founder of Furious Minds. I'm here for Beat TV at DMEXCO in Europe, specifically in Cologne, Germany, or Köln. Many of us in the States maybe haven't heard of DMEXCO. It's a really interesting show, of which I don't believe we have any quite like it in the US. It's kind of a trade show meets a conference where you've got 500 vendors that are in two exhibition halls, and you have a debate panel, which it consists of, or the debate hall rather, which consists of panels of visionaries, leaders in the digital marketing space globally, here on site debating the topics of the day, as well as at a conference hall that consists of panels talking about the future of television, online video advertising, what technology and creative mean to the success of the industry. It's an incredible lineup. I have to say that the hosts here have done a wonderful job. It's interesting the difference when you're actually in a city, when you compare it to things like CES, that Cologne has the mass transit and the infrastructure to actually support something of this size. It's not near the magnitude of CES, but things like transportation and getting to and fro of all those issues are resolved, which makes the show a lot more productive, and I really believe that business is getting done. The actual exhibitors here have meetings. They're really, making an attempt to ensure that this is an opportunity where their pan-European clients can come. They can actually broker deals as well as talk about existing business. So what have I gotten? Well, the first and most important thing that I think I've affirmed, and I knew instinctively, but I had affirmed time and time again today with everyone with whom I've spoken, is Europe is not a country. It's really, really important, especially for us as marketers and advertisers in the US, as we're advising our brands to go global and we think about entering new markets and expanding, we really need to partner with local market presence and individuals that are in market and understand the intricacies. Germany is a great example. I've learned so much about this market specifically. So take video, right? They're slow to uptake on online video. Privacy is a huge issue. The sharing of data and the allowance of sharing of data and the use of cookies, no. Is not allowed. It's incredibly prohibitive when it comes to targeting and retargeting, so it's really difficult to reach audiences with the same tools that we have at our disposal in the US. Sales. Publishers quite often partner with exclusive sales houses here, and they often as a result, end up retaining premiums on digital inventory. So demand is sold through 100% through the end of the year with some partners right now, and a lot of folks are holding back supply on the publishing side, which is resulting in CPMs for display advertising between 40 to 60 euro. I don't know that I believe that, but that's what I've heard under the covers. But it's interesting when you start playing with the laws of supply and demand and you don't have an overabundance of display inventory, what happens? Another thing that's really interesting is sort of the market and where it is in maturation, right? So in the US, digital advertising is sort of a have-to. In Europe, it is a have-to per se, but as a percentage of total investment, it's growing over time. So it's still sort of at its nascent stage. But I think it's interesting that what happens in Europe is when a brand actually participates here, they execute locally. So bespoke creative is required for every market and local language. The messaging is often optimized and localized. And that operational cost and increased cost to serve the advertising, specifically digitally, I think has resulted in a greater appetite for the need and the pressure on agencies and media agencies in particular to find economies and efficiencies in how they buy and sell media. So for example, there is an overabundance of DSPs, SSPs, trading desks, exchanges here on this floor. It is hard to deny and overwhelming. Also, for example, take direct marketing. So I learned today that many of the ISPs in Germany do not allow for in-video email direct marketing, which, again, are things that we typically have in our arsenal in the US when we're coming to European markets, Germany in particular. We have a lot more constraints, and it requires us to be a lot more creative in our execution and campaign tactics, as well as it puts more pressure on the creative execution itself and how important the creative is in actually driving the response back from the consumer and getting the audience to be involved and engage with the media that we sent out. So this has been an amazing show. I've been lucky enough to participate on my first panel this morning. I'm going to close it out this afternoon with another one. I've been surrounded by my leaders in the industry, from CEOs at holding companies to CEOs at agencies to CTOs, and I'm very, very excited about what this means for the brands that I work with and I serve back in the States, because I feel as though I'm better equipped to come back to this market knowing some of the local players to actually be able to help them execute with rigor and precision and use what we learn and we have done in a accomplished in the US from a leadership perspective and pushing the envelope on digital marketing and advertising, bring it here and customize it, localize it, and make it effective in each market individually. So thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoy all the segments. We've got some great interviews with some great players, Pubmatic, Vibrant Media. We're going to be talking to the IAB as well. Please tune in and let me know if you have any questions. Ashley at furious-minds.com, and see you soon.